Hey, how's it going? Bill DeWeese here, voiceover talent and voiceover talent coach and consultant from voice-over-training.org with a question for you, which is, are you playing the voiceover lottery? One of my favorite places in the world is Las Vegas. I love to go to Las Vegas. And aside from the weather, because living in the Chicago area, after coming through the winter that we just did, any place warm sounds good to me right now. But one of the things I love about Las Vegas is it's the excitement. And of course, Vegas was built to be exciting. It's the lights, it's the entertainment, it's the food. And when Vicky and I go to Las Vegas, I always budget a certain amount, not a lot, but a little bit of money aside for gambling. Because when you go to Vegas, you got to hit the casinos, right? But I'm not so delusional as to think that I'm going to walk away a winner from Vegas, because the odds are stacked against me. They're stacked against you. And that's why, generally speaking, overall, the house always does win. And that's why they stay in business and keep people like us coming back with the lure of the possibility of winning something. Does that mean that nobody ever wins in Vegas? Well, of course not. Of course, somebody occasionally does win. Occasionally somebody hits the big jackpot, which is what keeps the rest of us suckers coming back for more. But again, for me, it's just the cost of entertainment, and I know that. So I'm okay with that. But it fascinates me that so many people build their voiceover careers and their voiceover business around the concept of gambling. And really, when it comes to their voiceover career, they spin the roulette wheel. They play it like it's the lottery, the voiceover lottery. And the reason is, it's simply because we've been taught that way for years. That's the old paradigm of the voiceover business. Was essentially it was a crapshoot. Not that it was unrelated to talent. Certainly, you have to be good to compete in the voiceover arena. But the old model of voiceover was you get representation, you get a talent agent to believe in you enough to represent you, and then you proceed to build your career by auditioning for scripts that you get from your agent, meaning you're auditioning against other talent from that agency, as well as most likely other talent from other agencies. So you're always in a scenario where you're competing from a pool of the best for some of the best jobs out there. Now, does that mean I'm against having a talent agent and against competing in that arena? Absolutely not. I do it, and sometimes I win the lottery. But the lottery is a terrible business plan. Let me tell you why. And as I just mentioned, occasionally I get the really great job, the big national TV gig or something similar. For instance, just last week, I found out that I'm now the signature voice of Chevrolet for Europe. And that's a really nice gig, and it's a really big payday. And it will take care of my family for a little while. But if I'm only playing the lottery and those are the only kind of jobs I'm going for, what happens 3 months from now, 4 months from now, when that money is gone? I'm out playing the lottery again, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that I hit it big once again. My encouragement to you, and this is when I'm training and coaching voiceover talent, I strongly encourage them, as I'm encouraging you right now, to not base your voiceover career on pure luck or chance. And as I said before, and I'm not discluding talent from that. Certainly, you have to have talent just to get into the casino of voiceover, to compete. But if you're only working through an agent and only competing for the cherry jobs, the choice jobs, the big high-paid jobs, then at best, it's the lottery or a crapshoot, because it's not sustainable. And I guess that's the thing that I want you to take away from this video, is that when that is your business model, if you can call it a business model, it is not sustainable. Because even, like the job for Chevrolet that I just mentioned, where you get, let's say, you're fortunate enough to get the big gig, a client that likes you and even hires you for years to represent them in all of their national TV ads. Eventually, that runs out. Eventually, they find somebody else. Or, that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is that you get the job, but it's only, it's one run, it's one spot, it's maybe 1 year or 13 weeks or whatever the case may be. And then when the job runs out and the money runs out, well, then you're back out playing the lottery all over again. I want to encourage you to begin to think of your voiceover career as a business and to operate it like a business. So first of all, forget the old model of just going out and getting an agent, and that is the only place that you compete. By all means, go out and get an agent. I've got 16 agents. I believe in agents. I love my agents. I've gotten some great work from them. But if I was reliant solely upon them, I would be in really bad financial trouble right now because it's not sustainable. Most of my work comes from my own efforts. I'm receiving money, pay from my voiceover clients on almost, there's hardly a day that goes by that I'm not receiving either a check in my mailbox or a deposit into my PayPal account. My income is incredibly consistent, yet continues to grow over time. I hear people, voiceover talent, talking about, well, be careful because you get the big payday and don't spend it all because you may have to wait a long time before you get the next job. And that's true if you're playing the voiceover lottery. But if you have a real voiceover plan, then you can very much predict within a few degrees one way or the other what your weekly paycheck's going to be over time. And let me share with you some of the secrets of that. Number one is I manage my clients like a portfolio, like I'm the manager of a mutual fund. And a mutual fund, if you're not familiar, is simply it's like a basket full of stocks and or bonds. And when you have multiple stocks and bonds as opposed to one, that means that it's much more likely that you can generate a consistent income or value on that over time. Whereas if you buy one stock and it goes south, then you're done. You're over. But if you've got 50 stocks and one goes south, well, you may have 3 or 4 that do quite well. So that if you become savvy at picking those stocks, you can become profitable, and sustain that over a long period of time. Same thing with your voiceover business. You have to cultivate a number of clients, a portfolio, if you will, of clients. And I do that in a couple of different ways. One is the types of work that I do. I do everything from, I do TV commercials, I do radio commercials, I do audiobooks, I do radio imaging, I do some TV promo work, I do tons of corporate videos, I do an obscene amount of e-learning narration. I do it all. Does that mean that you should never have a niche or specialize? No, because there are things that I'm hired more for than others. But I have a portfolio that guarantees me against hitting a rough spot, because if I lose one industry or one client or 2 clients or 3 clients, it doesn't matter because I've got plenty more where income will continue to come in. So I may take a slight bump, but I never take a big hit financially. The other thing is, it's not just the niches or the types of work that I do, but it's the range of project pay. Not only do I do radio and TV commercials, but I do national radio TV, I do regional radio and TV, which pays less. I also do a lot of local radio and TV, which pays even less. I do large Fortune 500 clients, which pay me quite a bit of money. I do smaller companies and even mom and pop operations, which pay less. But again, I manage it like a portfolio, and altogether it comes out to be a lot of money. And I never have to worry about losing a client, because we all do. Businesses, people go out of business, businesses come and go just like anything else. And I may have 50 great clients today, but if I'm not continually cultivating new business from those clients, as well as getting new clients in the door to add to my portfolio of clients, well, it will begin to erode away over time. But again, because I have a plan in place where I'm developing different clients and different types of work, I never have to worry about that. I have an ongoing marketing communications plan. It allows me to communicate my proper brand with the proper message to the proper population of prospective clients. And I do this on an ongoing and systematic manner so that I never run out of clients. As a matter of fact, over the past 7 years of being a full-time voiceover talent, my income has steadily grown, predictably so. Almost scary how predictable it is at times. And I just want to encourage you that if you're struggling and you feel like you're playing the voiceover lottery, like you've gone to Vegas and you're down to your last chips, and you're hoping and praying and fingers crossed that you hit the jackpot, because if it doesn't work out this time, I'm going to have to leave and I'm going to have to get a real job, then I want to encourage you to begin to think like a business person and not just like a performer, and understand that it takes managing your business like a portfolio of clients, and not like buying a lottery ticket or taking a spin of the roulette wheel. When you do that, and when you have an ongoing marketing communication plan, you can build a sustainable, ongoing business that will take care of you and your family for many, many years to come. For more information and resources to help you out with that, I encourage you to visit voice-over-training.org. If the burning question on your mind right now is, how do I start? I'm starting from scratch, or I've tried this a few times and I've really never been able to get this off the ground. I just don't know what to do. Where do I begin? For you, I have just recently launched a brand new telecourse called the Voice Over Fast Track. It's a 4-week telecourse in a small group format where we cover the essentials, the foundational building blocks of building a successful voiceover career, with not only good information but also chances to develop your skills and get feedback as we participate together in these classes. And if you want more information on that, just drop me an email, voiceoverexpert@gmail.com, and in the subject put Fast Track, and I'll be glad to get that information out to you. So again, go to Vegas and have fun, but don't go to the voiceover Vegas and hope to win the lottery, to be able to develop a career in your voiceovers, because chances are it won't work that way for you. However, if you approach it like a business person and develop your clients as a portfolio of clients with an ongoing marketing communication plan, you can be very successful as a voiceover talent. And I hope that's exactly what happens for you.